Hello and welcome to the Blue Tower here in Manchester. This is a Blue Tower production. I am James, your host.
And I'm Warren, his co-host. And, welcome back. We're back again. We had a week off, didn't we?
I think we had a couple of weeks off. No, yeah, week off. Yeah, I think our old friend, the Italian director Fluigi, whatever he's called, was burnt us out after his last offering, so we're taking a week off.
And we come back with bang. What have we got this week?
Well, this week we've got Cannibal Holocaust, which was first shown in 1980.
Yeah, it's quite an unusual one, and yes, surprising one. Yeah, so welcome to the podcast.
Yeah, so the Cannibal Holocaust. Just watched it and just reeling from it. We went in blind. I didn't really do any research on it. I was aware of it. It's a very controversial film, but I didn't really know. I mean, I knew why because of the gore of it.
I think it's the sexual nature of it, really.
Yeah, sexual nature
and
of
the animal cruelty.
I didn't really know about that either. I knew it was controversial, but I didn't really know why. So when we first started watching it, I watched a trailer of it, and the trailer it kind of gives you an idea. Well, it gives you. It don't give the plot away in a way. It doesn't because like I was expecting a gross out horror.
Well, I just expected it. Yeah, I didn't even see the trailer of it, but I didn't expect it to what it was. I just thought it'd be just a gross out killing slasher. Set in the
jungle.
In the Amazon jungle. But it wasn't. It was more.
But it turned into something totally different.
Yeah,
and I don't. Yeah, it's really. And that's why I enjoyed it. It just. I went, all right. So this
is what's happening now.
That's why it's happening, and what's happened to them is because of this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
So have you got the synopsis of it? Hopefully, it won't give out the actual.
Yeah, this is going to be. Yeah, again, this is spoiler warnings ahead. If you haven't seen this movie, just go and watch it. It's on. It's free on Amazon. Today, well, it's not free. There's a lot of cannibal movies on there, isn't there?
Yeah,
there's a lot of cannibals. I mean, we can do an entire month of cannibal related films. Yeah. But so this is going to be totally spoilers all the way through. So if you haven't seen it, go and see it. You got to see it anyway. Okay, so the synopsis is the professor finds the remains of a film crew in the Amazon and brings the camera footage back to America. Genre horror.
Is that it?
That's the movie information.
I suppose if they go into any further, they'll just reveal what exactly is going on. So we're so the film begins in America, New York, with a reporter on the Empire State Building, talking to camera, talking about a group of young people who have gone to the Amazon rainforest, or as they keep referring to it as the Green Inferno, and he says they've gone to take footage of the tribes over there, but they've gone missing, and no one knows where they are, what's happened to them.
They're cannibals, he says, doesn't it?
Yeah. So he's talking about the jungle, and obviously he's in New York, which is a concrete jungle.
I always find it really good, nice when back in the 1980s you see all these old cars all around New York. I always quite like that.
Yeah. So it shows a lot
and no saxophones either.
No, well, this is 1980s. I mean, the saxophones came out, I think, mid 80s. So this is really. I think it must have been filmed 79.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was filmed 1979.
Yeah. So it came out in 1980. So the horrible saxophone music isn't there, and it's good quality film as well. It's not a grainy. It's not anything like that. So we get to see New York in the 1980s, full of old cars, full of old fashioned. We're introduced to a professor, Harold Monroe. Now, how do we know that Harold Monroe is a professor?
Because as soon as he comes on, he pops out his little pipe and smokes it.
Yes. So he's a pipe smoking professor of a university who is tasked to go to the Green Inferno to track down, to find out what happened to the 4 young students. Now, so it does actually show a news clip, doesn't it, of the 4 of them, of the film crew, doesn't it? Said this is the last known footage of the 4 young students going out, and it just shows them messing around, saying we're gonna go in, gonna film it, and they're the full names are Faye Daniels, Jack Anders, Alan Yates, and Mark Tommaso.
I got none of that. I completely forgot their names.
Well, the leader is Alan. Alan's
right, yeah, I got Alan. Yeah,
Alan's the ring. Is the head. He's the director,
and he can be quite a son of a bitch.
Faye is the keep referring to as the script editor, script writer, or whatever it was.
Script writer, or yeah.
So we see them flying off on the biplane, and that's when that's the last we see of them. So Harold is sent to the jungle to try and track them down.
This is the professor, isn't it?
Yeah, the professor. So
he was always, he even smoked his little pipe when he landed, didn't he?
Yeah,
but then they flipped the script a little bit, and then in one scene he was actually smoking a little cigarette.
Yeah, he smokes cigarettes as well. So before the professor arrives, the local army managed to capture one of the tribe people, and they have him hostage in order to get him to guide them to the tribes people, the tree people, tree tribe.
Yeah,
that's what they call the tree. There's 2 tribes in the jungle: the tree tribe and the other tribe.
Yeah,
and they're at war. So we're told that they're at war. So now, bearing in mind they're going into a jungle, and they don't know how long they're going in there. They seem woefully under-equipped, because they actually explain, if we take too much stuff with us, it will weigh us down and it will make us tired, and will take longer. So when they set out, there's the Professor Harold, there's Chaco
with his pipe.
Chaco is like the lead scout guide.
I think he's the guide. Yeah,
he's a guide, and there's the other guy as well with that.
Is he the one who took off all his clothes?
No, he's no. So the other guy is like one of his underlings or whatever.
Oh right, he's the captain guy.
So 4 of them go into the jungle, and they get this hostage to carry a bag. Like I said, they look woefully underprepared. So as they're going into the jungle, they get to see some of the tribes people doing horrible stuff to women.
This was the first bit. It was the first, I think, the sexual assault, wasn't it? Bit where she gets assaulted, and then she gets butchered in the mud.
Yeah. So it's quite horrific. So it establishes that these tribes people
are savages
and willing to kill people. So that's in your mind straight away. You're thinking, oh my God, these poor students have been horribly being butchered by these barbarians. So they managed to get into the tribes people. So they follow this one tribes person into a village, into the tree people, and they're they basically release their hostage, and these tribespeople are grateful, and they show one of their own people with a bullet wound to the leg, dead, and they sort of hang around with these tribespeople. They try to ingratiate themselves with the tribespeople, and they find they find like a body, don't they, of the guide of the 4 people who've gone missing. And he goes, and they go, this person was really good at jungle stuff. What could have happened to this person? It's quite horrific because you see the skull and they got maggots inside it and stuff like that. So,
but the guy doesn't mind. He just gets his little knife and starts to poke around in his eyelid.
Yeah,
sticking it in there.
So these tribespeople, they've got little trinkets of like watches and the professor recognises some stuff that
this watch belongs to Allah.
Yeah, so you automatically straight you think, my God,
these cannibals are absolute bastards.
Yeah,
they're savages. That's what it is.
I've eaten these poor
innocent
university people who were only after filming them. At one point, the professor does go a bit goes full tribal because he thinks that by going fully naked in a river, he will become one of them.
One of them, yeah.
So he sees that the tribespeople have got the film, they call
film reels.
Yeah, they got the film reels of this team, so he desperately wants them to take back to find out what happened. So he goes naked in the river, and then these 5 or 6 female tribespeople join him, and then
have a frolic
around in it,
and they have a little play about. And then he shoos them away, and he comes out and he gets his trousers back on again.
Yeah, and then,
straight away.
And then he sees a skeleton of, I think we're assuming it's Faye, who's been hung up, and stuff like that. So again, it's just emphasising the fact that these horrible backwards tribespeople have butchered
all of them. It's like a what is it? It's like a statue, of all of them, all of them murdered, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then they've got the reels of the film all decorating this statue of them all.
Yeah.
And he's got to get them.
Yeah.
To trust him to take him away from them, doesn't he?
So for some reason he thinks the best way of getting the reels is by going into the village. And he fires a gun up in the air, which I don't know why he does that. And then he gets a tape recorder out and starts playing Wham's greatest hits. No, he starts playing a tribal song. Now remember, back in the 1980s, you don't have Spotify, so he's obviously recorded some sort of tribal song somewhere. And he starts playing this song, and then the tribespeople all start coming out. Go, oh my God, this is amazing! He's got a tape recording.
White man has whatever
of like Great Tribes hits like number 5. So the tribespeople all love him, and eventually they give him the film reels to him.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, right, okay. And so it goes back to...
It was that easy.
So then it goes back to New York. I was like, oh, right. So have we kind of finished with the jungle now?
Well, that's what I thought. It's like, well, hang on a minute. I thought this thing was going to be all about found footage.
Yeah, him.
Or the student. I thought it was going to be all about the students. And that's what I wrote in my little notes. I literally, at least I thought, oh, this is the original Blair Witch program.
Well, it's very
program.
It's got very Blair Witch vibes to it. Very Blair Witch vibes. So,
and with the Blair Witch was it project? The Blair Witch.
The Blair Witch project. Yeah.
And with that, it stuck with the students, didn't it? It stuck with them all the way through it. But this one, all of a sudden flips the script a little bit.
Yeah.
And this is when I was like, "Hello, what's going on here? Why
it's a different take?
This is different. This is what I thought."
So the professor goes to a film executive and they go, "Oh, this is brilliant. This is brilliant. We're going to broadcast it just to make millions of dollars." And the film executive who works with the 4 students before, I'm saying students, but they're not students, are they? They're just filmmakers, aren't they? They're just filmmakers, young filmmakers.
Well, they're at university, aren't they? So they're filmmakers.
So the executive says to the professor, "Listen, professor, we want you to look at the film footage and we want you to produce it. But just to give you a bit of information, this is how Alan, who's a bit of a bastard, produces his films. This is how he works." So the professor's then shown film footage made by Alan when he was in Gambia. I'm going to say Gambia, where he's filming people getting shot and tortured and not assassinated, shot,
executed.
Executed. So he's going, "Oh my God, this is incredible footage. How's Alan got all this?" And he flicks it off, and then this is the first hint of what Alan's about. The executive goes, "Yeah, that's all fake. That Alan just paid the army guys to film that for him." And you're like, "What? He got the army to execute people just a bit of film footage?" And he goes, "Oh, well, all right, okay, right."
And this is when it starts to sort of like, hang on a minute, it's a bit fishy. What's going on here?
So he decides then to try and track. Well, he tracks down family and friends of the 4 people who have gone missing. Now, he tracks down the literal is the sister of Faye, who is a nun.
Odd,
yeah. And the first thing she says is, "Oh, Faye wasn't her real name. It's actually, I think it was Tina or something like that. She was an actress." I'm like, "Why is she change? What? So she was an actress and not?" Yeah. She goes, "Yeah. Did you not see that? Or yeah."
Yeah. Well, I saw that. Yeah, she was an actress, but whether it was, the thing is whether it was relevant to the actual storyline, I don't know. I mean, was the nurse and the nun thing was meant to be, I don't know, something or other. I don't know. The changing of the name, I didn't really. It was nothing. I don't know.
That was quite a big thing. That
really.
Yeah, because it establishes that she wasn't using a real name and she was an actress. She wasn't a documentary maker. She was primarily an actress. Which played into the fact that all this. Anyway, so that's why that was there. It was put in there to establish that Faye was a bit. She's not really who she says she is. And then he tracks down Alan's father on the street. He's basically saying, "Oh, stop lying a second." And Alan's father's going, "Yeah, he's a bum. He's a bum. I don't want anything to do with him." And you're thinking, "Hang on a sec. Alan's supposed to be this great documentary maker. Why is his dad so against him?"
I tried to get the. I went on Apple Maps to see where I could find if I could find the location, but I found it. I found the filming location. I found it.
Yeah, it was Manhattan Bridge, wasn't it?
Yeah, I found it. Yeah, I found it. It's all done up now. It's very nice and beautiful. Very, very gentrified.
Yeah. I think I've been there when I was in. I think I went to a hipster thing there.
Yeah.
So the filmmaker now is just planting a little bit of doubt in your mind. So, well, and why has he done this? Why has he done that? And blah 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 blah. So we then get to start to see footage of what's happening. So the first bit is where the guide. Is it the turtle? the turtle scene.
Yeah, this is the first bit where it's kind of like I kind of like go, hang on a minute, these guys aren't what they're supposed to be, and this is the bit I find it pretty hard to watch. It was a massive big turtle. It was a huge turtle.
Big turtle.
And it wasn't a prop. It was an actual live turtle. And
so if you're weak of the stomach, it's hard. It's hard to watch.
It's hard watch. They had to actually kill an actual turtle. Apparently, some of the actual actors actually walked off the set because of this. Yeah, they had to.
I mean, you see them behead a turtle. It doesn't cut away. It shows them beheading a turtle and cutting the fins off. And it's horrific. So it's just planting a bit of seed in your mind. Go, well, they're supposed to be documentary makers. Why they're killing innocent
animals?
I mean, you could say,
and throughout the film that
making kebabs.
And throughout the film that they do this all the way through, and this is what got them into trouble. The monkeys,
scalping monkeys,
and then it was also done for murder. I'll get onto that in a little bit a while as well. Yeah, it got done for murder. But yeah, it was primarily because of the animal cruelty that this movie has kind of been banned throughout the world. So it's only recent that it came to England recently, but it's still not allowed in certain areas. Like I don't, in certain places they still don't show this. But yeah, they kill the turtle, eat it, and then
make a kebab out of it. Yeah,
they make a big basically make a big kebab out of it. But then what else? And then the guide Filipino.
The guide, Philippe, he puts his boot on, and in the boot is a snake, obviously, bites him, and you get this footage where there's shaky camera footage, and they cut off his toe first, and then that doesn't work, and then they decide to cut off his leg to stop the poison from going anywhere else. So they hack off the leg, you get all that, and then the next scene is that they're burying Philippe in a shallow grave of leaves because they couldn't save him.
And that's that.
That's the end of Philippe.
So, there's no like, oh dear, tearful bits. Nah, fuck him. He's all right. We'll carry on filming. We'll just carry on.
So they all agree to carry on in deepest jungle, regardless of Philippe's death, and they carry on, and then one of them spots one of the natives. Well, they see the natives, don't they? Mm-hmm. They actually film the cutting of the head of a monkey, and
they had to do. Oh no. It was an actual monkey. It
wasn't a prop monkey. It was an actual monkey where they chop the heads off. Scalp the head in order to get the brains, and you can see them squeezing the head. And then for some bizarre reason, one of the group then shoots. Well, no, in fact, they do. They explain it. They shoot one of the natives in the leg, and he goes, "Yeah, I've done that, so we can follow him to his village because he'll be slow then." And like going, "What?
You shot him for what reason?"
And you can, oh my god, these guys are, and then
the dicks.
So they follow this guy back to the village, and they're filming all of this, and
these savages, you think, oh my god, they're gonna get all the bow and arrows and stop, shoot, but they're not. They're really they're nice timid people. They're timid. They're welcoming. They're welcoming in, and then all of a sudden it just goes. It flips. You go, what the frig's going on here?
So they get all the villagers into this tiny hut.
Why are they doing this? I don't know.
Well, and so they start burning down the village. I think it's heavily suggested that some of the people are in these huts that are being burnt.
Well, they were, weren't they? They were all just all in one
Yeah.
hut, and then they start to burn it around them.
Yeah.
And so it's like, well, why are you doing this? Why? What's this part of the?
Yeah.
What's going on? I don't
So,
quite understand what the narrative of this or what they're doing is.
So they're trying to, create a tension for their own documentary, and trying to get good, fake
news.
Trying to get fake, it's fake news for their own documentary. You've got to bear in mind now that the professor at this point, he keeps cutting back to the professor, and he's watching all this unfold, and then he's realising exactly what these guys, what these four are actually up to, and he's going, we can't do this, and the executives are going, no, it'll be all right. It'll be all right.
It'll be fine.
We can edit this out and stuff like that. And we go back to the documentary filmmakers, and they find a woman who is obviously pregnant, and they start filming.
Well, taking the baby out, aren't they?
Taking the baby out, this woman, and they get in there and they start filming, and the trans people going, no film, and they go, yeah, carry on with it, and you can see this baby being dragged out of this woman and put in the mud, and then they kill the woman, and they're filming all of this. Yeah, so that's part. Oh, I forgot to mention that at one point after burning down the village, they filmed themselves having sex. Now, it's filmed at an angle, so you're filming Faye and I can't remember the other blokes. So they're having sex, and then the camera zooms out, and they're filming it in front of the tribespeople who are in the background,
thinking you've burnt down our bloody our hut, and now you're having sex in it.
Yeah, so. You're just like thinking, these guys are fucking mad. It's just horrible.
Yeah,
it's horrible to watch.
They're nasty.
And the professor at this point is just like, listen, guys, you don't understand. We can't show this. And I'm going, oh, Alan was always pushing the boundaries. You got to understand, Alan was amazing. And the professor goes, right, well, you've not seen the whole footage here, have you? So I'm going to take you to a viewing room, and so he sits them down, and they're all there. There's about four of them watching it. Says, right, watch this. So it then shows the four of them, and they're filming, and they find a young tribe woman. Alone.
Yeah, this is the bit where I thought, oh my god, they've gone mad.
Insane.
Yeah, they've gone insane. So they begin to assault her, don't they?
Yeah. So
and they take turns as well.
So they find this woman, and so they grab hold of her, and yes. There's no painting around this. they sexually assault her, and they take turns. And Faye's Faye, it isn't. Faye shouting. It's important that she's not against them what they're doing.
She's more worried about the film.
She's more worried about them wasting film, filming it. So it's just like, wow.
Okay.
This is the level of these people.
Yeah.
And like so two of them take turns, and now whilst the film is shaking around, you just see a tribes person in the bushes watching all this unfold. It's quite a horrific film seeing this. So they finish what they're doing. They're all covered in mud, and then it cuts. Then the next scene is great makeup of this, great. How they did it is amazing. But so so they're filming, and they come across the same girl who's impaled on a wooden stake.
Yeah.
Through her backside, up through her mouth.
It is quite oof.
And it's so she's there, just impaled on this massive stake, and you could just hear the foreign go, yeah, this is great. And
getting closer,
and Alan's smirking away, and he goes, Alan, we're filming this. So he goes all serious and he goes, what kind of human being would do this to another person? Is it sexual? We will never know. He's trying to be like David Attenborough,
hamming it right
up, and it's either implied that the tribesperson has punished the woman for what's happened to her.
Yeah.
It's also perhaps suggested that they've done this to the woman themselves.
No, I think the tribes people they were punishing her because I think it was yeah.
So at this point it's pulling no punches. It's obvious that these four are absolute insane. We don't know if they.
Well, bastards, I would say. Yeah. It completely flips the script. At the beginning of the film, you think it's these cannibals, who's done all this, and then by the end of the film, it's like, well,
you deserve what you get.
These guys deserved everything that they get, and boy, did they get it.
Yeah. So the professor and the executives are still watching all this unfold, and then the final 15 minutes of the film, the last 15 minutes of the footage is these four getting picked off now by the tribes people, and
thoroughly pissed off.
Make no mistakes about it. The first one with the mustache, the big 70s mustache, he gets impaled by the spear, doesn't he?
Yeah, he gets done.
And then Alan shoots him. Faye's like saying he's still alive, but it's implied that Alan just shot him for the giggles. I don't know.
Well, he's going to get eaten, won't he?
Yeah. So they back away and they're still filming it. They film it and they tear apart this guy and they grab his head and like
cut his willy off.
At one point one of the rapists he's stripped off, his penis is ripped off him. And he's torn apart. And Faye is then grabbed, and she's assaulted by the tribesmen, and you see her head then being hacked off, and the tribespeople are got the head on, holding that head up. And then the final image is of the other two, and the camera's on the floor, and it's just filmed his head, and it's got blood trickling down his head. So the tribespeople then kill them.
Got their revenge.
Yeah. So
thank God.
So these horrible people have been killed by the tribesmen, and then it cuts back to the executives and the professor sat in this viewing room, and I like the executives as well.
With the mouths wide, like same as me and you, wasn't it? It was like our mouths are like, what the freak? And like it was a silence in there. It was like
one just walks out. It's like just like wow. The professor's like that with his pipe, going, "Told you, I told you, didn't I?" So one walks out. Another one gets up, goes to a little telephone and picks up and goes, burn the whole footage. Clicks it down like that. So the professor's just like, yeah, I told you so. And so we see the professor then walks out of the building. And he says the immortal line. What does he say?
Just who are the real cannibals?
I wonder who the real cannibals are. And walks off. Now, after he says that, some words come up on the screen, and it says the projectionist was fined $10,000 for stealing the footage, but we all know that it was actually paid. He received $250,000. So that's to show that the projectionist didn't burn the footage, and in fact he kept hold of it and sold it on for $250,000.
The end.
Yeah, so
yeah, difficult to watch.
Difficult to watch, and from reading the trivia on it, some of the actors weren't too impressed with what was going on. From reading from reading some of the stuff, the monkey scene had to be done twice.
I think
had to be done twice because so two monkeys had to be killed.
Yeah,
Tortoise was killed.
The pig was killed as well.
Who?
A pig.
Oh yeah. The pig. It was the pig.
It was shot. It was shot in the head.
Yeah, I mean it was suggested that all these animals were given to the tribes people for food, which I suppose, great, but it's still. I mean,
you can't. It's legal to kill an animal for a film, basically, isn't it?
Well, yeah,
for entertainment purposes.
Yeah. You can't be killing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a lot going on there.
And also in I think 10 days after the film was premiered in Milan, allegations it was meant to be like a snuff film, and those allegations came around, and the director was arrested for murder. And it took him a while to get all the people involved within this film back, because apparently they all signed contracts stating that they could not appear in any films, commercials, or anything entertainment, so that when this film was made, everybody would believe that this film was real. And they had to get all the people of the films, all the people that were murdered in the films, or the actors, to come back to prove that they were still alive. Yeah, so they had to get them all back. I said, right, here they are. This is that guy, that's that guy. And so they had to bring them back. So the snuff allegations were done. All the actors came back, but I
suppose. I mean, obviously we're talking about the 1980s era, aren't we? So,
well, yeah.
So this sort of allegation couldn't be done today because it'd be on Twitter, Instagram, and all sorts of stuff. So. So I suppose it's a lot like the Blair Witch project before the Blair Witch project, really, wasn't it?
Well, that's what I mean. I was making comparisons to it, but so this was the original. I mean, this is more shocking and horror, and animals were in fact hurt in doing the film. But yeah, the Cannibal Holocaust, it wasn't allowed in England until quite recently. In fact. Can't find where at all. The censorships, the snuff film.
Yeah. It'd be the era of banning.
It was a video nasty. Yeah, it's in video nasty section of the BFFC certificate. Banned. It was banned. It wasn't released in the UK until 2001. Right. Yeah. Ability nearly there was nearly 6 minutes of it cut. Presumably it would be the killing of the turtle. I'm guessing.
Oh God, that was awful.
That was cut.
It's a good story, and I just liked how it flipped it on its head and said, well, this is what's really happened here, and that's why this, that, and the other. So, like I said, if you go into this movie blind and you don't know what's happening, and if you can get past the gruesome hacking of turtles' heads and brains, and it's a good story.
Yeah. When was it? When was it first released on streaming?
Probably about 2015, I would imagine.
Oh, nearly
2016.
You're 1 year out. March 21st, 2017.
Oh, so it's only recent then, isn't it?
Yeah, it got mixed reviews. It got mixed reviews as well when it came out. Still getting mixed reviews now, I guess. But it got so in the professional. The critics gave it a 65%, which makes it a fresh tomatoes on Rotten Tomatoes. And what did the audience give it? Higher or lower than 65%?
I think, given the fact that there's animal cruelty in there, it'd be lower.
You're correct. It was 61%.
No, so not much, but worth a watch. Definitely worth a watch.
Definitely is it worth a watch. Definitely. Now, on to your quizzing, isn't it?
Yes. Whose synopsis is it anyway?
Who's winning?
I think it's drawing at the moment.
Are we drawing?
Yeah, it's drawing.
All right. Okay. So here it is. Here's your quiz.
Whose synopsis is it anyway?
Yay!
The game show that is sweeping the nation. Sweeping the nation. Whose synopsis is it anyway?
Yes, so whose synopsis is it anyway? We look at a book called VHS Video Cover Art, and what happens is that a title is given, and then if I can get the synopsis of the movie from the title, I will get 3 points. If I don't get the synopsis of it from the title, Warren will then give me the what's the thing now? The tagline. The tagline to the movie. If I can't get it from that, he will then describe the cover art. So if I get it from the title, I get 3 points. If I get it from the tagline, 2 points. If I get it from the cover art, it will be uno point.
1-0. Right, okay, so it's called The Executioners.
Right. Okay. So The Executioners. So this brings to mind a team. I'd say a team because it says executioners plural. So it's a group of people who go around and they are executing people who are involved in drugs, and they're basically the good guys who are trying to protect a small town in America, and these people are selling drugs and they're helping to execute them.
No, not really. Yeah, you got drugs, but yes, yeah. No. So I'll have to give you the tagline, won't I?
Yep.
The mafia have their own rules, and someone just broke them.
So the mafia are involved. The mafia. So the executioners obviously work for the mafia, and they've been double crossed by some South American people, and the mafia then sent the executioners off to deal with these people.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Yeah.
Yes. 2 points. Double points.
Yeah.
So what is the synopsis of the executioners?
Okay. The mafia is outraged when their priceless gift to the fishermen of San Francisco, a beautiful Sicilian cross, is used to smuggling millions of dollars worth of heroin. They decide the culprit must die, setting the scene for a brutal and fast-moving locate and kill manhunt. The mafia lawyer, Roger Moore, is the executioner.
What?
Roger
Moore?
Yeah, Roger. That's why I was doing my Roger Moore impression when I did the what's it.
Oh, was that?
That movie was Sean Connery, I think, more like it. And Roger Moore, Stacey Keeley, who looks like Roger Moore. Sean Connery, his partner, but who is the one they seek? Violence erupt as they close in on the quarry, and vital clues are given in a series of exciting flashbacks. Follow them step by step to the gripping conclusion of the executioners. Rated 18, release date 1987. It's also known as Street People, and the artist was who drew it, Trevor Scoba. It's just it's basically Roger Moore with a gun and his partner who looks like Sean Connery with a bigger gun on the backdrop of San Francisco. Yeah, it looks like
that.
Huh?
What year?
1987.
That's like peak Roger Moore, that, isn't it? What's he doing?
Well, he's in this.
Is it?
Yeah.
Obviously, is, yeah. All right, okay.
Maybe it might be in like a couple of minutes or something like that. I don't know, but it looks like the main guy in it. But oh, there you go. Yeah. There you go.
Oh, yeah, it does look like Sean Connery.
Yep.
Roger Moore looks like he's on bloody drugs.
Well, there you go, and there you go. So, welcome. Well, yeah, welcome back to it. We'll be doing another one next week, won't we?
Yeah.
Well, hopefully, we'll be doing one next week. Will we? Yes. Yeah. Yes, sometime next week. So, have you got any recommendations for film-wise?
Well, we are going to be watching Godzilla vs King Kong, aren't we? That's just coming out.
Yeah,
it's just been dropped, so we are going to be watching that. We're not going to be reviewing it as it's not 1980s, but yeah, that's supposed to be coming out. Saw a trailer yesterday, looked very interesting. So yeah, we're going to be watching that.
That's very interesting. And where can we catch you on the socials?
So it's Twitter woodcop77, and on Instagram James Roberts Johnson.
And the email?
Is Blue Tower. Oh, I can't remember the oh, hang on.
While James is looking for the email address, you can find me on the socials on Twitter at Mr. Beard MCR, and also on the Instagram at Mr. Beard MCR, where you can find me. I also do another podcast called the Chef One Pandemic. I also do another movie podcast called the What's New Movie Review podcast. I've done that for a while, so I might have to get back on that. And I do a little brother of this particular podcast, which I haven't done in quite a while as well, which is only on Spotify because it's got music in and that. I think it's called The Podcast, but got a little bit of music in it. You can get that on Spotify. I was back now with the email. What's the email?
Yeah, sorry about that. It's woodcop@bluetowermanchester.com. So you can. Send me an email. We're still looking for any sponsors. Any sponsors out there? Any sponsors will do. Any sponsors?
Any.
Yeah. Big shout out to the Chekhov Army. Good to know you're out there. All our followers around the world.
What have you? Was there any Chekhov things in this? No.
No. Nothing. No. No, it wasn't that kind of movie, was it? It's just
No.
But yeah, I am looking at doing some merch. Hopefully, we'll get some ideas once lockdown is over, and do some merch.
Merch, right? Okay, then. Well, that's it. We're out of time. We'll catch you hopefully next week. Okay, that's it from me. Warren.
See you in a bit. Stay safe.
Bye.
See you in a bit. Bye. Bye.